fly ball to deep right field, and a no-doubter from Roman Anthony. In his first game at Yankee Stadium, he finds the second deck. A two-run bomb.
Good evening and welcome to another installment of the New York Minute Sports Show. The Yankees were giving out bobbleheads at the stadium, and they were also giving away outs to the Boston Red Sox. We got highlights. We got Aaron Boone's post-game press conference. It's New York Minute Sports. It's New York sports for New York nuts. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Let's go!
It's New York Minute Sports. It's New York Sports Talk with Sports Nuts.
Well, hello there, New York Yankee fans, and don't adjust your TV sets. It's not last year's World Series. The Yankees are shooting themselves in the foot again with 4 errors tonight. And what scares me down to my core as a Yankees fan, folks, is that it was all over the place tonight. Jazz, yeah, we expect Jazz to be Jazz because he's lost the ability to throw the ball to first base, and he's turned into the most swagalicious Chuck Knoblauch I've ever seen. All I was waiting for, Keith Olbermann's mom getting hit in the crowd by Jazz's throw, but that didn't happen. So the Yankees keep inventing ways to lose. Divisional rivals in the East this year, they are terrible. They are 7-1 and not in a good way against the Boston Red Sox so far this year. Face facts, folks. The Boston Red Sox own the mojo against us this year, and I don't know what's going to break it. Paul Goldschmidt, Ben Rice, Luis Heel, Jazz Chisholm. Jazz Chisholm's a liability. I kept hearing about how good Jazz Chisholm's defense was, and he was lucky his ass got saved, and then wait until the later innings. And then Paul Goldschmidt, the guy that we should be able to rely on, the guy that usually is a steady hand at first base and has dealing with Volpe and Jazz throwing hand grenades at him all season and leads the Major League Baseball in picks. Yeah, Paul Goldschmidt let us down tonight, gave the Boston Red Sox another out, and the Red Sox capitalized on it, and the Yankees lost 6-3. It's not a coincidence. I'm wearing this hoodie. Don't adjust your television sets. The New York Yankees are back up to their old tricks. Oh, did you get your hopes up? Did you get your hopes up after the past week? After they were playing St. Louis and they swept Tampa Bay? I did. I got suckered. I thought the Yankees made that turn, you know? And guess what? The old Yankees showed up, man. The 5th inning Yankees from the World Series showed up, dude. Of course, our boy, too cool for school, Jazz Chisholm, nonchalant, got senioritis. He's too cool to throw it to first base. I've never seen a dude do a better Chuck Knoblauch impersonation. I'm just waiting for Keith Olbermann's mom to get hit in the head with the ball in the front row. So, Jazz, keep working on your swag, keep working on those sneakers, and keep working on those chains because you can't throw the ball to first anymore. He's got a serious problem with throwing the ball to first base, and that was earlier tonight, and Luis Heel bailed him out. But the Yankees do what the Yankees do, and this falls tonight on Brian Cashman. This falls on Brian Cashman, and guess what? Austin Wells falls on him too. Falls on Austin Wells because Austin Wells should be behind the plate. Austin Wells should have took that step this year and been the reliable catcher that we need and not making Ben Rice catch when you know he's a first baseman because Austin Wells is hitting 208 and he's awful. I don't care about the 2 home runs the other night. It's an aberration, okay? Ben Rice is the stuff, and he's the real deal, and it's tough to change gears like that in the middle of the season, and he's going to have some mistakes. I get that. But this gets on Brian Cashman. They do not preach fundamentals in the farm system, okay? It's all launch angle and exit velocity, and then guys come up from the farm system without positions. I heard Jason Dominguez was a 5-tool player. What's the other tool, a hammer? Because he can't field, all right? He plays outfield like he's on roller skates, And Brian Cashman builds up these guys like they're fundamentally sound. They're not. Anthony Volpe, Jason Dominguez, and now Ben Rice, all errors. And Jazz Chisholm's his own thing because he's in his own goddamn planet. So I can't even take him into consideration. And now every time one of our guys in the infield gets the ball, we got to hold our breath. Anthony Volpe has gotten better in the last couple of weeks. But you know what? That's like being the best person at shoveling shit, okay? It's still bad. And if you go up from bad, people are going to take notice. But this team is exactly who they are. You know what? It pains me to say this, guys. What the Dodgers said last year about this team, just put it in play and they'll shoot themselves in the foot, man. You cannot field a team like this. And the Yankees, I know everyone else in the league isn't good, and I hear all this shit and that the Yankees are back. Dude, it seems like the Red Sox got the mojo of the Yankees, and maybe it's not even the Red Sox. The Yankees defeat themselves, and it's obvious. We have players on this team that in crunch time and in big games, they gas out, they make mistakes, and they're not clutch. That might be the problem of this team, is that they're not clutch. And when they have a good opponent who is in St. Louis, who should be in a morgue instead of playing baseball, listen, man, I bought into it too. I thought they were going to turn the corner. I thought everything was cool. And then tonight, right back to where we were at. Luke Weaver looked shaky tonight. I mean, this was just bad, up and down, and then you got Aaron Judge not capitalizing in crunch time. The Yankees are only scoring their runs on home runs, no singles, no manufacturing runs. Dolos Santos, now he's lost it in the bullpen. The last two outings he's had, he's given up about 4 earned runs. So the Yankees better get their stopper, Max Fried, tomorrow, who's on the hill, who has not been pitching well. So Max Fried needs to correct this, and the rest of the team needs to correct the mistakes. But I'm getting tired. I didn't even almost want to make this video tonight because I can just go back on the YouTube channel, NEWYRKMIN on Instagram, and New York Minute Sports right here on YouTube. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. I could go back and get a show and just play the same goddamn show. The one after the World Series, the one from earlier this year against the Royals. It goes on and on. And then Aaron Boone goes on TV and says that this is a fundamentally sound team. They are 23rd in Major League Baseball with the most errors, and they're only 6 away from dead last. And all I heard from Brian Cashman was mitigating runs and in the pivot for Juan Soto by getting defensively sound guys. Then Jazz Chisholm was playing out of position. He was playing third base. Then he moved back to second, and now he can't play second. What's next? Left field? I bet you they're going to start floating that idea around. And how hurt is Aaron Judge? Stanton gave up a single tonight because he can't motor over there. It's not Stanton's fault. He's an older player. He should only be a DH. But the Yankees are trying to clog holes, man. And I hope that this sink don't ship, because if you think that the Yankees can survive another sweep from these guys with Chapman throwing like this and just added a 96-mile-an-hour sinker to his arsenal, you are dead wrong, okay? Because this one, I hate losing to the Boston Red Sox. I hate the Red Sox. The Red Sox aren't a better team, but the Yankees, what they do after the 5th inning, they go, oh, we're winning? Okay, let me put it on a silver platter for you, opponent, and give it to you guys. There you go. Have fun. We don't need to win anything. We don't want this division. Don't worry about it. I don't know what it is, man. They're more nervous than a cat in a Chinese restaurant when it comes to crunch time, and I can't take it. But you know what? I can't take excuses from the big guy. And Aaron Boone with the post-game press conference. This should be a good one. Everybody, all aboard! Next stop, Excuse Train with Aaron Boone. And this one should be good from Aaron Boone. Boop, boop. Everybody. And this should be a good one from Aaron Boone. Holy shit. And this Aaron Boone post-game press conference should be full of excuses. So, boop, boop. Everybody, get on the excuse train. Next stop, Aaron Boone.
Were you with the 9 walks by the pitching staff and the 4 errors tonight?
Yeah, just not a real clean game for us. Obviously, a lot of free bases there. So, for the most part in the first half of the game, we're able to over.
So that brings up Luis Gil. It's getting to the point where Luis Gil led the majors in strikeouts with rookie pitchers, but he also led Major League Baseball in walks. He might have some ring rust from being hurt, but is this guy going to have control problems? Because it seemed like every single inning tonight, there was 2 men on. And then at one point after the Jazz era, the bases were juiced, and he was dipping in and out of trouble all night. If Luis Gil didn't get lucky, the score could have been a lot worse tonight. And there is nothing worse, just like John Sterling would say, well, a leadoff walk to start the inning will come back to bite you every time, Susan. And that's exactly right. And it didn't bite Luis Gil tonight. He got lucky. But he better clean it up. The rest of the team better clean it up. And Aaron Boone, what's he supposed to say? Look at those eyeballs.
Overcome them. Louis made a lot of big pitches when he needed to. We were able to get out of a lot of jams. And then, they made us pay on the last error there with the homer. But just not a great night for us.
Weaver, too, it was a very un-Luke-like outing from him. What did you see from him tonight?
Yeah, just a little off from the command standpoint. Usually he is, just fills up the strike zone. I thought his stuff was fine. Actually good. Just looked like he was missing off the plate just a little bit. Not wildly missing, just probably trying to hit his spots and just a tick off.
And what about Gil? Where are you with him and where he is in his progression this season?
Yeah, obviously the first one in Miami wasn't great. 2 solid ones the next 2 times out. And again, it wasn't pretty.
Okay. On the bright side of things, Luis Gil pitched 5 innings tonight, in and out of trouble. He only gave up 1 earned run. So he didn't have any of his stuff tonight. He didn't have control, and his stuff was all over the place, and he really didn't have a tight slider, tight fastball, but he still gave 5 innings. So that can give you some semblance of hope, because Luis Gil, even though he had absolutely nothing tonight, he still gave you 5 innings
tonight, but 5 innings of 2-run baseball, so he's making a lot of big pitches. He's not giving in. But we got to get him better, because we know he's capable of a lot, right? When he's filling up the strike zone, and just, really owning his delivery and just being better with the strikes. So, but that being said, he leaves as the pitcher record to go win a game. So he gave us a chance to win a game tonight, despite not being at his best. And we just couldn't finish it.
Aaron, what have you seen out of Doval since he's been here? And the last three, he's given up runs 4 out of 5.
Yeah. I mean, stuff's really good, obviously. Just again, similar strike throwing, that next level of strike throwing that allows you to be really, really good and really, really sharp out there. So, he gets the first guy and I thought looked really sharp when getting rough.
Well, looks like we're getting down to one guy acquired at the trade deadline out of the bullpen that's doing well, David Bednar, and he didn't do so hot last time, so hopefully this chariot isn't turning into a pumpkin for Brian Cashman for the trade deadline. Ryan McMahon, I'm happy with him. Big strikeout tonight in a big spot, but that defense, man, he can strike out as much as he wants. He's like a vacuum cleaner over there.
Rafaela, and then Hamilton hits the number that just beats him, just past him there. Then he lost Narvi, I think. So and Anthony gets a hit the other way against him. So just not quite as sharp as when he's at his best.
Also, that takes away from Ben Rice's performance tonight with the home run and the triple.
Next.
After the Rice triple in the 7th, any thinking to using one of your righties off the bench for Jazz there?
Did you want us to use him for Rice?
Well, you had Rosario on deck for
Yeah,
Rice
no,
and
I
Volpe.
wasn't. I'm sorry, I wasn't going to use him for Jazz there. We were good with the matchup there with Mats. So no, I was gonna. I liked it with Rice and Jazz there. I was good with that.
Chris.
Two questions. Why? Just following up.
We liked the matchup with Mats. That's why. Yeah.
And then secondly, in the second inning,
Yep.
Jazz throw, Rice throw. Were you fine with those throws, or are those two that they need to eat?
Oh no, I think Jazz has a chance. Heel did a good job getting the ball. I think Rice could have eaten it, but we were throwing through. But I thought Hamilton got a really good jump. So that's one of those. If you feel as a catcher, you can eat that ball.
Well, the Yankees ate a loss tonight. There's really not much you can say about this one. Yankees, same shit. Same shit since the World Series. Same shit since last year. 4 errors tonight. There's no excuse for it. Max Fried better come and be the stopper tomorrow and win this game for the New York Yankees because the Yankees fucking suck. So, all right. That's it for me. And remember, if it can't be good, be bad, baby. Bye.